Whew, okay, hello. I did say that I'd do one of these videos when I do my extended skincare routine, and I am doing one of those today because I was just in the mood to relax, so here I am. Let's just, dive right into it. So, obviously, I started off with my cleansing balm from Elf, the Holy Hydration one. I absolutely adore it so much because it's like it just feels so nice. Like it just feels like my face has just been cleared out after I use that. Like it doesn't leave my skin feeling too tight, like it took out too much, and it doesn't feel like it didn't do anything at all, because the more I rub it into my skin, the more I can feel all of that sweat and dirt just breaking down. Like I get a lot of texture, especially around my nose, and after continuous use of that texture has just kind of calmed down a lot. Like it's smoothened out a bit. Like I don't know how else to explain it. I am not a dermatologist. Anyways, so yeah, after I wash my face, I applied Pixie's Glow Matte Mask, and that's what I'm wearing right now. I have to leave it on for 10 minutes. Honestly, when I first got this product, it was a sample. Yes, I use a lot of samples, sue me. So it was a sample, and I was a bit hesitant about it because when I applied it to my face, the way it dries down, it feels very tight on my skin. But then when you wash it, it's so hydrating, and it makes your skin super soft, and you can also use it as a spot corrector. Apparently, I haven't given that a shot yet, but I have noticed that my acne does tend to calm down after using this. God, I have such issues with acne. It's so sad. I remember there was used to be this point in my life where my skin used to be clear, so clear. I used to get maybe one pimple or two once a month, and it would appear and then just disappear so quickly that I wouldn't even notice it. So yeah. And that actually went on for a while, a good while. It wasn't even just oh, you're a teenager, that's why it's like this. No, I was an adult and still had clear skin. And then one day suddenly I started following beauty gurus online and just started trying all this random skincare stuff. And the moment I did that, my skin was oh, you wanna mess with me, huh? And I started breaking out. This is a few years ago, and at that point I couldn't even figure out what was going on, because again, I am not a dermatologist. I have no knowledge of skincare, so I had no idea what the hell was going on with my skin. It was just breaking out, and had this severe cystic acne, and that shit is, if you've gone through it, it's painful as hell. It's so painful. So yeah, it was kind of depressing, because before this I used to be one of those people who used to be yeah, I don't care about what I'm wearing, I don't care about dressing up, I'm just gonna go out. Who cares? And then after that, the way the acne just kind of just, it was all over my cheeks, both of my cheeks, and then sometimes it would appear on my nose and on my chin. And at that point, I just didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to show my face to anybody. I didn't want to meet anybody. I stopped talking to my friends. I stopped going out with my family because it was just so depressing. And then I realized that, oh wow, I guess I am not one of those people who doesn't give a fuck about what they look like. But at the end of the day, it's something you have to realize is that acne is just absolutely normal. It happens. There's literally nothing. Okay, obviously you can do something about it, but it's not something you should be ashamed of either, because just because you have acne doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. I'm not sure if I'm explaining myself properly, but yeah, I did go to a dermatologist, and it did take a while for me to kind of pinpoint exactly what was wrong, because nothing seemed to be helping. And then I realized that the reason why I was breaking out so badly was because of the products that I was using, and one of the main ingredients in those products was niacinamide. That shit broke me the fuck out so badly. The moment I stopped using niacinamide in my products, there used to be niacinamide in my toner as well as the spot corrector the spot corrector cream I was using for my hyperpigmentation. The moment I stopped using that, it didn't. All my acne flare up died down, and I was just like, this was the answer all along. For 2 years I've been suffering, and this is the answer. Oh god. So yeah, now I read the ingredient list of every product I'm going to get very carefully, and I'm just like, niacinamide. Okay, no niacinamide. The sad part is, for most products nowadays that are all about oil control and hyperpigmentation, they all have niacinamide in them. It's so hard to find something that doesn't have niacinamide in it, and it's so depressing because I'm like, please just stop. There has to be something else that can help with these things. Why does it always have to be you? It's like, okay, this is gonna be the stupidest analogy ever, but it's like, in a world full of food that is made from milk, you are lactose intolerant. It kind of feels like that, because I feel like nowadays every skincare product just comes with niacinamide in it. I'm like, okay, let me look for a moisturizer for combination skin. Niacinamide. Okay, toner, niacinamide. I'm like, okay, chill, bro. Chill. Who needs so much niacinamide? Everything has niacinamide in it. So you have to be very, very careful. Strangely enough though, my eye cream that I have from Silvaso, they only have the one eye cream, so don't ask me, oh, which one, they just have the one. Yes, strangely enough, that has niacinamide in it, and it hasn't done anything to my skin. So I'm not sure if it was the niacinamide in the products I was using, like the concentration of it, or it's just because I'm applying it only on my eye, like my under eye, that nothing's happening. Man, if I get a breakout on my eye, I would just break down and cry. That's it. That's it. I can't do this shit no more. Okay, anyways, I've had this mask on my face for like 10 minutes. I guess I can leave it on for like 5 more minutes, and then I'm gonna go wash it. Doesn't feel as tight. Like, obviously, when you apply any mask, it's gonna feel a little tight when it dries down. When you wash it off, that's where the magic happens. I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about. But yeah, today is the extensive one. Usually after this mask, I also try to apply this vitamin C remedy mask I have from Pixie. I don't do it all the time because, honestly speaking, I don't care for it. It's not a bad product. I'm not gonna say it's a bad product or it broke me out or anything like that. It didn't. But I don't see the benefit of it either. Like, and this only struck me after I bought it. So now I have to use it because, I bought it. Might as well make use of it. But it's not something magical or something that's just gonna, make your skin so much better in the blink of an eye or anything. It's a pretty basic ass product, and even if you don't use it, it's really not going to make much of a difference. I wouldn't recommend it, especially for the price point. I really wouldn't. I mean, it really depends where you live when I say price point, because in India it's going to be more expensive. I've heard that. In the US, this Pixie is more like a drugstore brand. I wouldn't know. I'm not from the US, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. It's fine. It's basically vitamin C, right? So it's meant to brighten your face. But there are so many other vitamin C. I'm pretty sure you can get better vitamin C products out there. It's so weird. Like, I think one of the main things I love about this kind of a video is not the fact that I get to blabber on about skincare, which I know almost nothing about, but it's the fact that I just get to blabber. I can just talk about anything, and if you click on this video, you're forced to listen to it. Like, you're not even forced because you can just click out, but still. Today's the day I will apply my retinol and everything, which makes it from 2 daily products to like around 4 products, because I double moisturize when I apply retinol. That shit is so dry. That shit can be so drying. Like, I've heard horror stories, so I'm just like extra careful. Oh my god, I do this at least like twice in a week. Not even twice, actually. Most of the time it's just one time because I get so lazy. Okay, I'm gonna stop here for now. Like, I'm gonna take a pause, not stop, but pause because I have to go wash my face. I'm gonna leave my mic on to kind of go along with the ASMR aspect of this video. So while I'm gone, if you hear a demon speaking, you didn't hear anything, and I don't want to know. If I am haunted, I would rather live in ignorance, you know. For the sake of my mental health, I think that's better. Anyways, I'll see you guys in like a minute, like less than a minute. Actually, I just have to go wash my face. Okay, I'm back. I got all my products with me. Yeah, anyways, like I was saying, I do the vitamin C remedy mask sometimes. I just don't feel like doing it today because honestly, the thing about that mask I dislike the most, apart from its like really, really, really strong citrus smell, is that it is impossible to wash off. It just like sticks to your skin and you just have to like basically just wipe it off your face. Like when I'm splashing water on my face, it won't come out. So I have to like literally wipe it off, then it comes off, and that's kind of annoying. Anyways, I'm just gonna use my glow tonic. Apparently it's recommended to use this after the glow mud mask, so yeah, I follow instructions. I'm so nice. I've started doing this weird thing where I especially rub in my toners into my nose, like not like on the sides of my nose, because like those are the kind of places where I break out. So I don't know, feels like it's helping. I mean, I've only done it 3 times now, but my god, I am not the best person to give any kind of advice. I can just tell you stuff I tried and that just didn't work for me. I'm also gonna apply my moisturizer now. I like to moisturize twice when I do retinol. I think I mentioned it before, but like, I don't know. I've heard retinol can be very drying, especially around the nose area. So I try to sometimes rub in my moisturizer into those areas that get super dry. Make sure they're properly covered because the last thing I want is a horrible retinol purge. I've heard purging happens for everyone, but I don't want something so bad that I'm just back to square one because I worked very hard to get rid of the acne marks that I did have previously, and now it's come to a very unnoticeable place. And if I have to go back to the starting point, like where I was 2 years ago, no one will ever see me outside. I'm just gonna give this like a few, just like let this sink into my skin and then apply the retinol on top. I was also like at one point doing this very weird thing where I was applying the toner twice. So I would apply the toner first, then my moisturizer, and then once the moisturizer sunk in, I would apply the toner again and then the retinol on top to help it sink in faster, which I realized I didn't really need to do. Like, even if it doesn't sink in as quickly, You just give it like a minute. It'll be done by then. This might be one of my longest skincare videos. So at this point, I'm just running out of shit to say. So I'm rambling. But then I ramble a lot anyways. So yeah, this is my retinol that I'm gonna apply now. This is from Cosrx. I don't know how to pronounce this. Like, this is a weird name. COSRX. These are the people, the Korean brand that has the snail mucus stuff, which I don't know. I've never tried it. I've heard it's very sticky. So yeah, this is their 0.1% retinol. I mean, yeah, you can go like, oh, what's that gonna do for you? And it might not do a lot, but you know, as someone who's never used retinol ever, I feel like this is like a good starting point. This is supposed to have retinol, super vitamin E plus panthenol for firmness and smooth, youthful looking skin. I gotta say, my skin is already youthful looking. You might go like, what the hell does that mean? It means that I look like someone who belongs in high school. I graduated high school many, many years ago. But for some reason, I've always looked like someone who belongs in high school. Like, I remember just last week, I went out, and I'm not bragging. There's not something to brag about it. I find it very annoying. So I was out with my friends, and we went to Chili's. Okay, we went to Chili's. Do you know how many people check your ID at Chili's when you order a margarita? Nobody checks your ID at Chili's when you order a margarita. But guess whose ID they asked for when they ordered a margarita? Me. Feel discriminated against. And then even then I was kind of surprised at first. I was like, okay. And then I showed like the waitress my ID, and she just stared at me for a minute. And then she went to her manager with my ID as if she had to verify if that was a legitimate ID. And I'm just like, bro, what? I swear that's not a fake ID. That is my government issued ID card, please. I got my margarita at the end, but she didn't stop staring at me through the whole evening, which was very weird. So yeah, apparently I look like a high schooler. Which, you know, I'm not gonna deny, it does have its perks in certain places. Like, if I'm doing anything that hurts, people are gonna be extra nice to me. Because they're like, oh, is this your first time? Oh, such a poor kid. You came here without your mom. You're so brave. And I'm just like, I mean, I could correct them and go like, yeah, I'm not a child. But I just nod and smile. Like, okay. Before, like, you guys, I've spoken about the wedding many times. My brother got married this year, like the starting of this year. So obviously I had to wear a dress, so I had to go get waxed. Waxing hurts like shit, and it hurts even more when the person doing your waxing doesn't give a fuck about you, because they're just like, they just want to get it over with as fast as possible so they can go on to other clients. But because they don't know how old I am, because they always assume I'm a child, they're extra nice to me. They take their time and they say very encouraging words to me. It helps to like kind of get through that. So yeah, I'm not gonna say that it doesn't have its advantages. It definitely does, especially in this department. I'm just waiting for the retinol to sink in so I can moisturize again. If you hear the sounds of something being slapped, I'm just slapping my cheeks. I enjoy that for some reason. Not like slapping in the sense like a really hard slap that, you know, that would make me see stars, but just like gently to help the product absorb. Apparently it helps. I don't know how much it helps actually, but that's what I've seen. So yeah. Okay, I think it's time for for retinol nights. Like I said, I moisturize twice, and for that I use an overnight sleeping mask. This is from Silvaso, their overnight vitalizing mask. I kind of like it. it does have a bit of a fragrance to it, so if you're sensitive to that, I wouldn't you need to just read that ingredient list. But yeah, I like it. Like a little bit goes like a really long way. It's a bit pricey, I'm not gonna lie. This is like one of those things that I indulged in. So yeah, but yeah, it goes a long way. So I feel like with the amount of product you get, it could last you for a very, very long time. Because like I get like a pea-size amount, and like the entire thing, like just a pea-size amount, and I can use that on my entire face. So I'd say it's worth it. So I won't say it immediately sinks in for me specifically. Like I've read for other people, it just sinks into their skin immediately. I won't say it does that for me. It does take its time. Like I can feel it on my skin. It's not like a bad feeling. It's more of like I know, and like by the time I wake up, it's completely absorbed into my skin. So it does take its time for me at least, but it does do the job. The job being hydrating my skin. And obviously this isn't necessary. You can just use your own whatever moisturizer you have. It's not necessary. As overnight sleeping mask is not necessary at all. Like I said, this is like one of those things I use when I want to indulge. I like the scent of it. It's kind of citrusy, like kind of smells like orange a little bit, but it's not something which kind of irritates me either. It's hard to explain. I'm very sensitive. Like by sensitive I mean like any harsh smell would have me sneezing. Like I remember like my sister, when she wears perfumes, she likes the strong kind. So when she wears perfume, I start sneezing. I'm just like sneezing because it irritates me a lot. So I usually avoid things with like a very strong scent. Like mild scents work better for me. So it doesn't have a very strong scent. It's very pleasing, I'd say. Anyways, so now that I have done that part, I'm gonna apply my eye cream. This is from Silvaso. This is their concentrated ginseng renewing eye cream. See, I know its name. They only have the one. I mean, in India at least, they only sell the one. I don't know if they have more, but I was actually very tempted to try their first care activating serum as well. I've heard great things about it, but then I was like, you know what, I don't really need it. Because considering, I mean, just because something has great reviews, it doesn't mean you necessarily need it in your skincare. And it has niacinamide in it anyway, so that's not happening. Sorry, I'm a bit distracted because I'm applying my eye cream without a mirror. I'm just like hoping for the best. Okay, that's done. And I did say that this is my indulging skincare routine, like the long one where I do the stupidest shit that nobody needs, but I just do it anyways because it's fun for me. So that also includes my cuticle oil, which I now actually should start applying daily because I recently got a manicure and I want this nail paint to last, even though it already has started chipping in certain places because I don't know how to take care of my nails. Like what are you supposed to do? Like people are like, oh, you're not taking care of your nails, and I'm like, what the hell does that even mean? These are my nails. I wash my hands, I use cream. What more do I need to do here? So this one is from L'Occitane, and you might be thinking, why do you have so much shit from L'Occitane? Well, I really like their almond shower oil, so I got that for me, and the lavender one for my mom, and they gave me samples, so I use the samples, and if I like something, I'll get more. If I don't, I won't. I guess I have to be extra careful with dryness anyways, because I do have a thyroid condition, so that makes not my face for some reason, but the rest of my skin particularly dry. I do take medication for it, but yeah, God, you should have seen my. Like, there was one time when I forgot my medicine by mistake when I was traveling, and I was gone for like 1 week. And in that 1 week, my skin became so dry, like nothing would help it. Now it's better, obviously, I'm back on my medication again, but you have to be very careful about these things. So I guess having a cuticle oil isn't that bad. It's not necessary, I think. just use any oil. Who cares? But I don't know. Now it gives me a very fancy feeling. Like I'm a fancy lady. I'm not, but okay. Okay, cuticle oil applied. This has a really nice like brush, so you just use that to like apply it. Let's see, what is this? This is, I cannot read this because, oh yeah, that's the English one. Nail and cuticle oil, sparkling leaves, 30% shea oil. Shea butter, shea oil, okay. Oh, that smells horrible. I was like, what does this smell like? Let me smell my nails. And I'm like, oh, that's strong. Shouldn't have done that. Oh god, I know myself so well, but even then. Okay, yeah, that is it for my indulgent skincare. That's like the most I do. I don't know. Maybe I led you all to believe I did something else, but I don't. This is it. I've applied my overnight mask. Now, I have my Laneige sleeping lip balm, which I apply before sleeping, like right before sleeping, which is not gonna happen right now because, listen, it's time before bed is time for reading angsty fanfic and questioning my existence. So once I'm done doing that, then I will apply my Laneige sleeping mask. I have the vanilla one. I really like it. But anyways, guys, that is it. Thank you for hanging out with me for half an hour. Oh my god. Maybe I do indulge a little too much. Let's see you next time. Bye.